Hello, Galactic Travelers, Cosmic Crew, what's up? Oh my gosh, I hope y'all heard my video earlier because, whoa, yesterday kicked my booty. So if you haven't listened, please go back and listen today because I'm not going to go through it again because most of you all already heard this. Just mega StarSeed downloads, mega activations, remembering to call it in. And the biggest thing was just Orion Beltkeys, knowing some of that is maybe what's wrong with your legs. Especially that Draco one. When that comes up, I'll let you know. That's the one that I can feel coming a couple of days beforehand. And once you know what that feeling is, then you'll be able to call it before it's even in the transit. One more thing, because I'm going to get into RH negatives, RH positives, and the OA, okay? How just this one piece of it, this is a lot of information. And these are all knowings that came in really last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, around the full moon. And they're just kind of hard to explain, all right? So, linearly. But I'm going to give it a shot, okay? But real quick, I had my first reading today, actually paid reading. I wouldn't say first reading. I've been doing readings for a year, but my first paid one. And I want to thank Kayla. Kayla's a healer herself. Oh my gosh, can't wait to work with her. And she does hypnotherapy, basically, but can talk to your subconscious and take you into past lives. And so she's actually got a practice, and she's going to be growing her channel as well. And so as soon as I get more information on that, I'll give it to you. But on the readings, I'm not an astrologist, okay? I just am an AB negative that has a lot of starseed locations in my chart. And I now know I've been awakening for a long time on this planet. Other lifetimes, other dimensions, right? So, and I'm very blessed to have unlocked a lot of knowings and information. I know there's way more coming, but to this point. So, what I would like to do is, I really enjoyed doing the readings. I think I was a little stressed or worried about going back into business, but it's not business, it's blissness, right? We're blissness. So right now, what I'm going to do is, if you need coaching, right? If you want, so we'll do two different ones, and I want to keep these pricing is like an intro pricing, okay? I'm going to try out some new systems right now. If you'll just email me, and I'll put the email here. It's coco@cosmicchristy.com. Email me. We'll figure out a time, and I'll send you an invite for a PayPal deal. And the intro price is going to be $69, guys. You can't beat this. You can't beat it. $69. That is going to be really what we do, was whatever you're interested in talking about. And if there's an issue, if there's a program, there's some chaos that you're working through. But before we even start that, we're going to look at your chart. We're going to look at the numerology in your chart. We're going to look at the numerology in your name. We're going to look at some retrograde planets. We're going to look at some starseed locations and your blood type, hopefully, if you have it. Because just knowing that stuff can help you through the programs. That is going to be $69. It's going to be, usually on the first meeting, it's going to take about an hour to 2 hours, okay? And I'm on with you. And then we can do phone, or we can do Skype, whatever, okay? And then and then there's a follow-up that's with that, okay? So we can talk, or you can text, messengers, like the best thing to do right now on Facebook to go back and forth. But I'm planning on getting the phone number set up, so we can figure that out. Now, we can do a $45 one. And that's just kind of like an overview of your chart, and maybe looking at some things. I did find out from Kayla, you know, that she got some false information big time on some starseed locations. Big time. So I'm wondering how many more of you got some readings about starseed locations and you're really not sure. I can't give you all of them because it's a process, and there's quantum astrologists that do this, like sunsoul.tv and Soul Warrior, which is Ivar Christopherson. So I would forward you to them for like the big overview, right? Because not only are they ones that you originate with, but then there's oppositions, which means that you have connections there, and so it gets pretty intricate and it takes a while to do. What I'm looking at is your planets, your MC, your IC, your DC, which ones pop out, where we're seeing, especially on your AC, MC, DC, IC, so that, and then where most of your planets are in the zodiac. That helps me determine, you know, what information you're bringing in, what information you're bringing in, where your MC is, you know, your goal, because I mean, this is your plan, right? You made this plan. So if we just look at that, then I would do 45 minutes for $45. So 45 minutes, $45. We can talk about other things too with that 45 minutes, and know that this price is going to go up. And I'm thinking, I don't know for sure if we're going to leave the sale until Mars retrograde or eclipse. Eclipse is end of July. Mars retrograde is going to end somewhere in June. So, or maybe even the beginning, we might end the sale. It's just not sure. It depends on how many of y'all come forward and are seeking assistance. I know a lot of us don't have coinage right now, so I am doing my best to not undervalue what the information I'm giving, but have a good energy transfer for both of us, because, you know, everything we're doing is upside down and backwards right now. This is a lesson that I had to learn too about money and coin and currency. We can gift things to others, you know, when they're gifting back to us. And that's an energy exchange. You know, this is what we do with our friends and the people that are close to us, because then we're receiving as well. And a lot of our programs issues are receiving, because in so many lifetimes we've given so much. So, you know, this is a program I'm working on. I'll be completely upfront and honest, and receiving this message today from Kayla and sharing with her and connecting with her and helping her connect so many things over her life. It just made my heart sing. So I want more. I want to help so many of all of you. I want to talk to all of you, every single one of you if possible. Okay. OA. What is the OA, right? The OA is the original blueprint. We are back to the original seed blueprint. So the OA, you know, I call it the original angel, the original angle, the original A, because, you know, really that's how the bloodline started, was with the A, and then we introduced then the B, and that's where things get a little tricky, you know, how that all happened. There's some speculation. I'll put it out there. When we talk about the bloodline A, and then we talk about where B came from, you know, first we only had the A on the planet, and then the A, which was more of like the animal seed. A, animal, makes sense to me. Not sure if that's why they named it that, but makes sense to me. then we had to add some of the galactic, you know, beingness, the intelligence, and the ways to analyze, and I mean, hand motor skills. My gosh, you know, from an animal to, you know, the Neanderthal to us now. I mean, wow, right? And if you go back and look through history, it will show you, you know, it took millions and millions of years to get to the Neanderthal, but then in the past 100,000 years, it's like, boop, here we are, and it doesn't make any sense in evolution. Well, it's because they didn't have the whole story, right? But that's okay. This is what awakening is all about. So, it's my theory that, especially because of my ties with the divine feminine and with Lilith and with Isis, you know, again, the 6th planet stellium, that, you know, really when Lilith left, when Lilith was made from the earth, and I just heard somebody reading, oh my gosh, now I'm not remember her name, Rafa Mama, Rafamama. She did a live today talking about Lilith in the Bible. And Lilith was made at the same time Adam was. And she wouldn't back down. Adam tried to be more of a patriarch with her on earth. And mind you, at this time, they knew that they were beings, right? So when he tried to get and make her subservient, she was like, you know, forget this. Creator made me from the same thing he made you. So I'm your equal. And when she took off and didn't come back, and she started breeding with other bloodlines. And if you go back and read the mythology on it, and when I first woke up and knew Lilith, and that came to me as actually who I was and had been, you know, archetype, I freaked the hell out because I went and read about all these, the mother of the demons and the babies, you know, so many babies died, and that's what I'm leading to. She was an RH negative, okay? So if she went and started procreating and mixing bloodlines, then that would make a lot of sense why people would be fearful, thinking that she was killing their babies, but it had nothing to do with her. It was the blood, right? Because we know positives and negatives can't mix without intervention. It's dangerous, or so we've been told. But we know for sure that it is dangerous. I mean, that is a fact, but from the breeding. So that makes some sense, and I kind of got off on a tangent there. I'm not sure why, but everything happens for a reason. So let's go back to the RH negative and RH positive thing, because this is super important. What I'm finding, okay, as I've talked to people and through my personal awakening experience, is that there were so much more RH positive individuals that were progressing so much faster through the awakening process. And I was a little confused. Because if you go, you know, look and read and understand, you know, the population of the RH negatives and what the negative is as far as the blood type, and that it wasn't, you know, classified as an on planet. So, you know, we knew that we had come here for special reasons. I mean, it's obvious, right? But then why are the RH positives, it seems like, as a demographic, how are their gifts and stuff coming online faster? Why are they waking up faster? It seems. Now, this is a general overview. This is not saying 100% or 80% of any groups. This is just what I was seeing. So this was prior to 2 weeks ago, right? And I had been talking to people about this, and Mississippi Talker, I love my AB Neg sister, Mississippi Talker, her channel, she watches this channel, and hopefully she'll comment below. She does some great videos on the blood. She has a background in nursing in this lifetime and medical, and she does a fabulous job of explaining the O, the A, the B, the AB, and she's got some great vids on this, so I would go check it out if you're interested in hearing more. But yesterday it came up about, you know, someone not knowing their blood type, knowing that their father was an Rh negative, weren't sure if they were. And this recessive gene thing came up. And so this has been something that I've been thinking about for a while, because it makes sense linked to these Rh positives that have these tremendous gifts, and that they're coming online faster. Plus, it seems that a lot of the Rh negatives that I speak to, we have children that are positives. And, you know, like my son's a double Simian. I've done some videos on that. That's why I know about that. But he's an O positive. And his gifts, and even before, you know, 2 weeks ago, whenever I cleansed the full karma, right? Because he got an immediate upgrade then. But even before then, there was just so much that he already knew and understood. He's always been able to heal with his hands. I mean, just amazing. And so this is when we had the activation a couple of weeks ago, and made the final connections to finish the programming basically on the OA after the karma was healed, and when this information started releasing to the collective, then this came fully online. And the Rh negatives are bringing in, right? So the negative, this is just galactic DNA. The negative is galactic DNA. It's knowings multidimensional from other galaxies, other, you know, it's the spiritual knowledge, it's the technical knowledge, you know, just more from ancient future past, if you want to say it like that, okay? We had to have the negatives. We had to have the negatives so that we would ensure that that information made it here for this time, because it's how we're being governed. It's how the universe is run. So if we didn't have a way to ensure that that information was sticking with the planet, there ain't no way we'd be here right now, because we would have blown up, okay? So I mean, and this is what we did to make these human original blueprint human vessels. We needed that information, okay? Now, what's happened is that prior to May 6th, was it May 3rd? May 6th, before the full OA was online, meaning that enough of us, and especially in this instance, the AB negatives, because we are the plasma donors, so the AB negatives that had both the A and the B, that had cleansed the karma, that then our plasma and our energy basically connected. If you Google simplex 9, trying to make this a sphere, right? That's a simplex 9, basically, right? That's horrible, but here's the top, okay? So what happened was when enough ABs cleared after the shift in the energy, then this 1 became 3, and then this 3 becomes 1, and then it goes to square, and then to cube, basically, is how this goes, and then that's when it starts branching off into this simplex 9. This is like the collective. So this is how we're getting information now. This is these knowings and these downloads are now coming from the original point here. This happened on May 6th, 18 at exactly 3:11 a.m. to be exact, which trips me out because I don't know if I've shared this with y'all, but this is 11. 2018 is 11, and then we at 3:11, so that's 6 3 1 2 3 4 5 6, which 9. Okay, when that happened, when this happened, and this had been going on, okay, don't get me wrong, like this has been going on before we were connected. So people that have been waking up for years, and that but when the negative, when a certain percentage of the negatives, whether it's the A line, the B line, the O line, the AB line, when those people come completely online and clear this karma, okay, then they release into this simplex 9, which then they're clearing the karma, they're clearing the programs. And you see what's happening because there is no time. This is whenever we talk about when we clear our bloodline and we clear our seed, because really that's what this is, right? This is what I wanted to call it. This is the seed. The seeds linking together to create pathways, networks between each other. The hive. That's what the negative was all about. In a way, how some of it was, but it was what we were really wanting to get here, so that we could communicate with each other telepathically. And because once we got past this huge hurdle of clearing all this karma, we as beings understand and understand why we can't blow each other up, why we can't just walk up and punch somebody in the face, you know, how to live at 528 hertz so we can control our gifts, right? So when we clear, then it completely comes full circle, and it clears to the future, it clears to the past, it clears the bloodline all the way down. So and because we've RH negatives have been reincarnating. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Since we've been coming back and breeding, and all these things have been going on since the beginning of man, Lilith, Inky, most RH positives have a recessive RH negative gene already. Which would make sense, right? You know, why would Creator send RH negatives here if we can't breed with the other blood race? Well, we did. And we can. But moving forward, will we have as many RH negatives? I'm going to beg to say probably not. You know, the amount of RH negatives that are on this planet right now, in 200 years, I just don't, the need, because the need was to bring in this knowledge. Now the RH negatives, as far as Earth beings and the energy that the RH negative and the knowledge is full circle. And I do feel the double Simian is the full Earth version of an RH negative. Now, I'm not sure yet. If you have double simians, I'd love to talk to you guys and do some readings, because I've got some theories on that, especially because of the 22 energies. Just not sure if those 22 energies are blended in the being, or if they're going to, because they're going through the same process through their whole lifetime, same as RH negatives did, trying to awaken. Double simians have been doing the same thing, but it's kind of from the Earth side. So it was like the RH negatives and the double simians were both awakening in order to give this information in. So double simians have been doing the same thing, because it's the moon and the sun and the balance in between. They even have it down to cycles. You know, by the time you're 27, then you know which way you're going to go. This was in the past, you know, now everyone's awakening. But if you really go back and read double simians in their history, they've just been awakening and had some guidance from the Toltec beings in Arkansas. By the way, sound very RH neg to you? Just saying. So anyway, I hope this is making sense. So here's my point. RH negatives, the difference is it's harder to get there for us a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. We have more gifts. We have more information coming from the future past, right? That our energy signature is here to deliver. However, you know, the RH negatives also have a lot more karma, galactic karma and Earth karma to clear. And in this lifetime, there was just seemed like a large percentage that got stuck on, hey, we can do this, you know, we have this gift, we can do this with our eyes, we can do these things. And what I just want everyone to know is everyone can now share in these gifts. We still have to keep unlocking. We still have to keep awakening. You want to be fully online just because you want to manifest and live the best life. But the RH positives, you guys are getting the benefit of every RH negative that unlocks these keys. You're getting the full circle benefit of the bloodline, of the clearing, of the karma, without having to do some of the work. So, yes, right? So this is important to understand, because there's been, you know, just such a rift between RH negatives, RH positives, and it doesn't even matter. I mean, it's kind of like us with African American, Hispanic, or Asian, whatever. It doesn't even matter, because now we are back to the full OA, and this is the most important thing. And this, actually, this. We'll go into this. I want to talk to you about the CC emblem, because this beautiful infinity symbol, and if you want to, there's where this is. None. So if this pulls up dimensionally, and these I hope that made sense. If not, ask me questions and I'll explain again. Okay? And because these are non-linear topics and have so many different facets. None of whatever you hear anyone say is completely 100% accurate for everybody, okay? Because it's all perceptions of different experiences, and especially in this now, because we're just remembering some of these experiences and this information. But ask some questions and let's get the conversation started. Can I get a hoot hoot? Don't forget, check in with me. Let's do a reading. It's fun. And I'm going to be giving some away too. I'm not exactly sure how yet. We'll have to make it interesting. Talk to you soon. Hoot hoot.